My name is Lisa, and I work while also managing the household. My husband Noah and I live a relaxed life together.
Hey, how about we stay in a room with an outdoor hot spring next time?
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Yes, let's do it.
Great. Then we need to decide which Ryokon to choose.
Sure, but why the sudden interest in this?
Well, a colleague of mine stayed in a room with an outdoor hot spring and said it was amazing. He mentioned that floating a bucket in the hot spring while drinking sake was fantastic.
So you want to try it for yourself?
Haha, well, I've always had a bit of a small dream to do that, but yeah.
Then let's enjoy some warm sake together.
Actually, I'd prefer beer.
Huh? Won't it get warm if it's beer?
You have a point. Then we'll just keep it in the cooler until right before we drink it.
Wasn't it supposed to be floated in the bucket?
If we do that, it will get warm too quickly.
Shall we stick with sake then?
Yes, please. Sake it is.
We were living happily as a couple like this. One day, my brother and his wife decided to go overseas for a week, and during that time, we agreed to take care of our elementary school-aged niece, Madison. So, once again, we'll be taking care of you for the next week, Madison.
Yes, thank you very much.
Hi, Madison. You're full of energy. You don't have to use formal language with us. Just relax and enjoy your stay.
Okay, got it. I'm looking forward to it, Lisa and Noah.
And so, our lively week with Madison began. However, a few days later.
Lisa, look at this news.
Oh no. What's a plane crash? Could it be?
Hey, what's wrong with you two? You both look really worried.
Madison, do you know the return flight details for your parents?
Oh, they wrote it in a letter. Here it is.
Thank you. Damn, this is the worst.
Noah. Is this?
Yeah, the time and flight match.
No way. But all the passengers.
Hey, what's happening? Why do you both look so distressed?
Unfortunately, my brother and his wife were involved in a major plane crash and passed away. After explaining the situation to Madison and crying together, we proceeded with my brother and his wife's funeral.
Mom, Dad, why?
I can't believe this is happening.
It's so hard to come to terms with this.
As we were reminiscing about my brother and his wife with Madison, someone arrived.
Lisa, Noah, can we talk for a moment?
Now that the situation with my brother is settled, I wanted to discuss what's next.
Yes, we were thinking about that too.
To be straightforward, we would like Madison to be cared for by you from now on.
US.
Well, we have 3 children of our own, so we can't take on more.
Wait, hold on a second. We've never raised kids before.
You took care of her while we were away, right? You should be able to manage at least that much.
It's really tough when events pile up. We can't handle more, really. If Lisa can't manage it, then the only option left is a facility.
A facility, that's not ideal.
Then you should take her in. It would be the best option for Madison.
The good news is there's the inheritance from my brother to cover expenses, so that's not a concern.
That said, managing it will be a lot of work, so we'll take care of that.
Well, if that's the case, we'll handle it.
You don't know how much money will be needed in the future or when it will be required. If you spend money out of affection or necessity, you'll run out eventually.
We'll handle those aspects as well, so just accept it already.
Accept it. All right, we'll take Madison, Indiana.
Yeah, it's a bit unsettling, but we'll manage somehow.
Yes, Madison will surely be happier this way.
Okay, we'll leave the rest to you.
Madison, can we talk for a moment?
What's up? What's wrong?
How about this? We continue living together from now on?
From now on. You mean becoming a family?
I'd be very happy if that happened, but you don't have to force yourself to be a family.
Yeah, only if you want to be a part of our family, that's fine. If you don't feel that way, it's okay not to try to be a family. For now, just living with us is enough.
Well, then, please take care of me.
Yes, we'll take care of you from now on.
All right. Now we need to start preparing for everything.
And so, we started our life as a family of 3. Several years later.
Ta-da! I got accepted into my top choice university.
Wow. Congrats, Madison. You really did it.
You've worked so hard for this. Congratulations, Madison.
For me, this was a piece of cake. No, it's thanks to you, Dad and Mom. Thank you.
Oh, Madison. It's because you worked so hard.
Oh, stop crying all of a sudden.
Hey, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, Madison, you've grown so much. It's been a while.
Sister, what's going on all of a sudden?
Hey, where's the key? Didn't we lock the door?
You've done a great job raising Madison. We've come to pick her up.
Wait, you're here to pick me up?
Yes, it must have been lonely without siblings. We have 3 kids around your age, so you won't be lonely anymore.
Wait a minute. What are you saying all of a sudden?
During the discussion about who would take Madison in, you seemed reluctant.
We've been thinking about that for a while, so we thought now would be a good time to take her in.
No. We were just worried back then. It wasn't that we didn't want to.
Actually, it was more like you two were the ones who didn't want to.
Yeah, I felt bad about that.
Well, anyway, we've decided to take Madison in. So, Madison, come live with us.
The sudden appearance of my sister-in-law and her husband, demanding to take Madison away, left us in shock. As Zenami reached out to Madison, who had been quietly observing the conversation.
Why do you think I'd want to go live with you now?
Well, you're lonely without siblings, right? So we thought you'd be better off with us.
I'm not lonely, and I don't appreciate you making decisions for me like that.
Did you ever consider why Lisa and Noah don't have any other children?
No, I haven't really thought about it.
If you're an adult, you should understand. Madison, you're a burden to Lisa and Noah.
What? Wait a minute. How can you say that?
Exactly. We've never felt burdened by Madison. Not even once.
Well, of course, you wouldn't admit it now. But if Madison comes to live with us, you'll probably have a child of your own within a few years.
So, how about coming to live with us for everyone's sake?
No. You're making assumptions. Madison, if that's the reason, then you absolutely shouldn't go.
Yes, Madison is our daughter. No matter what, we won't let anyone take her.
Mom, Dad, thank you. I don't want to go anywhere either.
Madison.
I was a bit surprised earlier, but, Andes, you're after the inheritance I received, right?
What? Don't say such nonsense. That's not the case at all.
Yes. We managed it properly and sent money to Lisa for living expenses every month.
But I still have a lot of savings left, don't I?
Well, we tried to save as much as possible for your future, but...
Really? Didn't you adjust things to make sure money was left at this timing? I'm sure you've skimmed off some money along the way.
Madison, why are you bringing this up all of a sudden?
Are you suggesting we're embezzling funds?
If you're so suspicious, want to see the bank statements. Everything's recorded properly.
Suddenly, Madison began accusing her aunt and uncle of embezzlement. As I was taken aback by this, Madison continued.
I had been given various details about my bank accounts.
What? Is that true?
Yes, like where the New Year's money went and everything. It was written in my allowance book.
I see. Well, that's quite organized of you. Or rather, how should I put it?
Sure, my brother was meticulous, but would he really have taught you that?
And then I learned that if someone else manages my account, it could be subject to gift tax. So I took over the management myself and learned to use online banking.
Damn, you meddlesome kid.
When I checked, the amounts my mother mentioned didn't match the withdrawals from the account.
I wish you had told us about this sooner.
Sorry, I meant to consult before the embezzlement statute of limitations expired.
Wasn't it 7 years? Yeah, it's getting close.
Wait a minute. We've said we didn't do anything like that. If you're so suspicious, just look at the bank statements.
Actually, the statements were only properly maintained for the last 6 months, right? You've never recorded them before, so it's only showing the last 6 months now.
What? Well, that is.
Seriously, you're underestimating high school students, Andy. The money Mom has kept for me has been properly recorded, and I'll be filing a lawsuit against you two along with that.
Wait! Please, spare us from that.
We apologize for trying to deceive you. Please don't involve the police or courts.
No, that's not how this works.
This money was left for Madison by my brother. Didn't you feel any remorse for what you did?
Of course I did. That's why, well.
Anyway, we'll apologize until Madison is satisfied. So, please forgive us.
By the way, can I ask why you're short on money?
As Madison asked her aunt and uncle about their financial troubles, the two of them.
We have debts. And they're so large that we can't pay them off quickly.
We're barely managing just to keep up with living expenses. So, we can't take on any more debt.
Then if you can take on more debt. Wait, is it for the children's education?
Yes, exactly. We can't seem to scrape together the funds for university tuition and entrance fees.
This year, the older child is starting college, and next year and the year after, more will follow. We just don't have the financial cushion for that.
Well, if it's absolutely necessary, there are scholarships and such.
Scholarships put debt on the kids, right?
I can't have our children be burdened by such things.
So, you were planning to use my money instead?
Yes, with that amount, covering university costs would be a breeze.
Not only that, it would help us repay our debts and improve our living conditions.
So, you're saying there's no benefit for me in this deal, right? Do you think I'd just hand over money because you suddenly asked for it?
Of course, we had considered that too.
I really don't think Madison would just give you the money.
Even so, if you withdrew it without permission, that would be outright embezzlement and indefensible.
I thought that if Madison was raised by Lisa, she wouldn't hesitate to spend money for Lisa's sake.
What does that even mean?
We were thinking of shifting the blame for our embezzlement onto you.
We'd come up with some excuse about demanding excessive money or something like that.
What? You were planning something like that.
So, you were trying to hold us hostage.
But now that plan's in ruins. I didn't expect you to be so sharp.
If things stay this way, our kids won't get into college and we'll have to walk instead. So please, forgive us for the past and lend us the money.
After Zenami made an audacious request, Madison confronted her firmly. As I watched, Madison prepared to unleash her full ire.
Stop messing around. This is all your problem, and it's your responsibility to fix it. There's no reason for me to help you out.
We understand. That's why we're bowing down and asking.
I know it sounds unreasonable, but please, help us.
First of all, scholarships are something the kids should decide for themselves, right? They should think for themselves whether they want to take on debt to go to college or not.
Of course, no one wants to take on debt.
We're struggling to make ends meet with debt, so we can't recommend that to the kids.
That's a naive way of thinking. Scholarships are meant to support students who can't afford college, right? If you don't want debt, then they should work instead of going to college.
You're saying that because you haven't entered the workforce yet. In this society, not having a college degree is a huge disadvantage.
A college degree is now the minimum standard. There's no option but to go.
Then they should study hard and aim for a more affordable public university, or get scholarships offered by the school. There are plenty of other ways.
But that would be so much harder compared to other kids, and it would be sad for them.
Then why didn't you save up for tuition and other expenses? If you wanted them to go to college, you should have saved up beforehand.
With 3 children, there's no room to save money.
Then you should have switched to a higher-paying job. If you lacked the skills, you should have studied to improve them.
That's...
What's with you? Why are you blaming us so much?
Because you're just complaining about the conditions without making any effort. I lost my parents early and had to live a different life from normal people, but I've never complained. I've always worked hard because of that.
Madison.
I worked so hard to show my gratitude and fit into my new environment. Fortunately, Mom and Dad loved me regardless. But losing my parents was always painful. That's why I worked so hard.
Yeah, Madison has been working hard all along.
Yet, you had many opportunities to do better, but didn't do anything. And now you're leaning on me for support? Stop being ridiculous. I will never help you, and I will never forgive you. Don't ever show your faces again.
Wait, no, I get it. I'm sorry. Do whatever you want.
I'm sorry for causing a fuss. Lisa, Madison, you've grown into such wonderful people.
Yes, she's our pride and joy. The couple trudged away, their heads hanging low. Madison then consulted with us about the embezzlement issue. After discussing it among the 3 of us, we decided not to file a report if the embezzled funds were returned. The grateful couple managed to secure new debt to repay the full amount. However, this meant that Zenami had no choice but to start working, leaving them with no means to send their children to college. The children reluctantly had to rely on student loans. Thus, Kazu and Zenami found themselves working grueling shifts from morning until night, including convenience store jobs, in a desperate bid to lessen their children's burdens. Meanwhile, our family.
Hey, where should we go for my high school graduation trip?
Aren't you planning to go with your friends?
I probably will, but I want to set our plans first.
Madison, how about we go to an inn with the best food ever?
Well, Dad, you're so generous.
Maybe one with a private open-air bath in the room?
Yeah. If it's the best food, the room might end up like that.
Wow, that's amazing. Isn't that super luxurious?
It is luxurious, but
What's wrong? You sound like you have something to say.
Well, it's fine. I'm looking forward to the luxurious inn trip.
Dad, is there something going on?
since then, we had been enjoying peaceful days. With Madison graduating from high school, we decided to go on a family trip. However, it seemed that Noah was slyly using this opportunity to fulfill his own desires. While trying not to let Madison catch on, I thought about discreetly telling her later. Despite this, our family continued to savor our happy moments together. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.